Before this whirlwind kicks off, drop a comment with where you're reading from. Maybe you're holed up in a Montana cabin, stuck in New York City's chaos, or sipping coffee on a Maine lakeside balcony. I want to see how far this saga of entitlement travels. The sun had barely cleared the horizon when Ethan stepped onto his porch, coffee in hand, his shoulders tense from another restless night. The street was silent, dew clinging to grass, the air heavy with crisp dawn. It should have been peaceful. Instead, something felt off. His gaze caught on the garage door half open. He never left it like that. Setting his mug on the railing, he jogged over, a knot forming. Inside, the rear of a silver SUV sat like it belonged there, engine still radiating heat. Ethan froze. No way. The driver's door opened and out stepped Linda Harper, mid-50s. Heavy-set, floral blouse flapping in the breeze, smug grin in place. She didn't look at him, just strutted toward the sidewalk. "Excuse me," Ethan called. Linda turned slowly, one penciled-on brow raised. "Good morning," she said, tone syrupy. "Why is your car in my garage?" She sighed like he'd asked a childish question. "Community property, hun. Shared use clause. You're single, no kids, you don't need the space." Ethan blinked. That wasn't real. "This is my house. It's under HOA rules," she countered, smirking. "As president, I have privileges." She walked away before he could respond. Back inside, Ethan dug through the HOA packet from Moveen. No shared garage clause anywhere. She was lying. He remembered their first meeting. She'd stood on his lawn, critiquing his shutter color. Over weeks, her SUV blocked his curb, her dog left messes. And once she'd slid a note under his door pressure washer driveway. This is a community, not a scrapyard, but parking in his garage. It was new. The next day, he blocked the door with a heavy trash bin. By evening, it was smashed aside and her SUV was back inside. That night, he confronted her. She stood in a silk robe, curlers and hair. "Stop parking in my garage," he said evenly. "You're harassing me," she snapped, "for asking you to stop trespassing. You're new. You don't get how things work." The following morning, an orange HOA sticker was plastered to his windshield in proper garage etiquette. Linda's signature sprawled across the bottom. Ethan emailed the board with photos. 2 days later, insufficient evidence. Ms. Harper's service record stands. On Facebook, his post vanished in minutes. A neighbor messaged, "Careful, she's tight with the admin." He checked his opener, an old model his dad had installed, likely sharing a signal with hers. He reprogrammed it and added a manual lock. The next day, she stood in his driveway, arms crossed. "I don't appreciate being locked out." He shut the door in her face. At the next HOA meeting, Ethan raised the issue. Linda laughed it off as overflow parking. Her allies chuckled. "Would you be fine with someone using your space?" Ethan asked. Silence. Linda called it aggressive male behavior and stormed out. Afterward, neighbors whispered, "You're not the first. She's targeted, but you're the first to fight." His attempts at diplomacy failed. She rejected his shared parking proposal in one curt email. "Your garage is oversized." That's the solution. One evening, he came home to her SUV inside, radio blaring, takeout scattered. "But you're trespassing." He said, "Prove it," she smirked. "Leave, or I'll tow you." "Right," she warned. That night, Ethan organized his HOA nightmare folder: photos, videos, logs. His dad suggested, "Let her trap herself." They installed a smart opener that locked if triggered by an unfamiliar remote, plus a hidden HD camera disguised as a smoke detector. 3 days later, Ethan got an alert. Motion detected. Live feed. Linda's SUV rolled in. The lock engaged. Lights snapped on. She pounded the wall button, spotted the camera. "Ethan, open this now." "You're trespassing," he said over the intercom. "Smile for the camera." She ranted for 10 minutes before retreating to her car. After 15 more, he unlocked the door. She sped off. He posted a blurred clip online. "When your HOA president thinks your garage is hers." Overnight, 1 million views. Comments. "Garage. Goblin, call the cops." Neighbors shared horror stories, fines for holiday lights, hoses cut over disputes. Ethan sent the full video to the board. The next meeting postponed. Then his cousin Mark, a vehicle enforcement officer, called. Her SUV had expired registration and unpaid tickets. A week later, she blocked his driveway. Ethan called Mark. The tow truck arrived in minutes. Linda ran out screaming, climbing onto the bumper. Neighbors filmed. She slipped, sprawling on the pavement, Ethan said. That's why you don't park in someone else's garage. The clip hit local news. HOA president's meltdown ends in tow truck drama. Days later, Linda was removed as president. Her SUV was crushed into a metal cube. She tried suing for unlawful detainment. Ethan's lawyer laughed it off, filed a countersuit. Neighbors flooded her social posts with receipts of her antics. A for sale sign went up. She moved out quietly. Months later, Ethan saw a Reddit thread. Is this the woman who tried to tow my car? A blurry photo showed Linda in a new town yelling at a delivery driver. Ethan typed, check her registration. Document everything. She'll bury herself. War won, but her legend lived on. Somewhere she'd park in the wrong driveway again, and someone would be ready.